going on, everybody? It's Popular Stranger. We are back at you again today with another Madden 17 mini scheme. We're working out of the Arizona Cardinals offensive playbook, and this scheme is primarily going to help you in the running game. There's a lot of really good run plays for all you MUT players. You want to load up on good blocking tight ends because this formation features one wide receiver and 3 tight ends. Go get yourself, if you can't afford it, get yourself, a base elite like Larry Fitzgerald, Brandon Marshall, one of those good blocking wide receivers as well. I have Andre Johnson over there. And then for the 3 tight ends, you can get guys like Gronk, Martellus Bennett, Vernon Davis, just to name a few. Look for guys with high run blocking. So we're going to go here, Jumbo Pair. No really adjustments are made. And there's about 4 or 5 plays, and we're really going to run these based on what the defense comes out in. So we'll be running this against random defense. But for the most part, 90% of the time, you want to come out in the counter weak play, because this is a very unique formation. You can audible into 2 different run plays, the halfback dive and the halfback stretch. And then we'll also take a look at the 0-1 trap and the mountain spot, or MTN spot. I always call it mountain spot. So we're going to come out in counter weak, and we're just going to go against random defense. And again, we're typically just going to look at what the defense gives us. So in this situation, it looks like running to the left is in our favor. So we can stay with the counter run, or what we can do is go into the stretch, and then we're just going to switch it over here to the left. Now, people are going to pick up on this if you do it all the time the same way. So occasionally, say we're going to be running, well, I'll show you an example in a moment. So let's go ahead and run the stretch. And for all of you solo players out there, I don't know why it works this way, but it does. If you motion this guy out, the defense shifts to the left. So then you could technically run this way. Well, try to run the other way. It's not working for me here now. It's not letting me switch back. Let's go ahead and run it back here. Then we'll go stretch, and then we'll motion out. And as you see, they motion to the left for some reason. They motion away from. So this really only works against the computer. If you're playing somebody head-to-head, the defenses don't do that. So that's just a quick tip for MUT solo players there. So again, we're going to take a look at this defense. The left is kind of bottled up. The right looks pretty bottled up. So in this situation, I'm going to audible the halfback dive. Again, you can audible the 2 different run plays out of this formation, so that makes it unique. And in this situation, this is how you keep the defense honest. You're going to do that, but really you're not changing anything. That way they don't know what's going on. They're always guessing. And we'll have some examples of this in online gameplay coming up towards the end of the video. So here, it would probably favor us to run to the left. Let's go ahead and do the counter. Usually we get pretty good blocking there. Sometimes you're going to run into your linemen. So you do, again, if you play MUT, probably want a guy who has a little bit more speed at the guard position because they are going to be pulling. Here it looks like it's more so favoring us to the right, so let's go ahead and run it to the right, run the stretch there. And we all know stretches are still, I wouldn't say overpowered, but still very, very good in this year's game. Here they're very balanced out, so again, I'm going to go to the dive. We'll fake like we're switching the play, and then we'll just go right up the middle, look for your holes. Now, I could run this a gajillion different times and do a gajillion different things. Let's go ahead and run the stretch to the left here. Haven't really showed you how that looks. This one can be tricky if the safety gets down there, but a lot of times if you have a faster running back, you're going to be able to beat him to the edge and then just make it a one-on-one situation, and it's really up to you if you can get past that guy. This I would be hesitant, though the left looks wide open. There's 2 guys up top there, so in this situation I would run the dive. Now, something that I find happens to me a lot when I come out in this formation or I start really pounding the ball on people is that they'll start run committing, they'll start blitzing, they'll start sending a ton of people, and it is easy for them to pick up on this formation because, again, it does have 3 tight ends. So when they see that down at the bottom of the screen, they're probably going to key in that it's going to be a run. So that's why you can't get too predictable with this scheme. You can't really run it all game. But there are a couple plays that I want to show you guys that can really beat the run commit and the all-out blitzes. So we'll go right back to it. And the first one is, well, the only one really that I run is the mountain or MTN spot. Again, I'm sorry, I keep calling it mountain. The MTN spot. And it's really cool because it has an auto motion that doesn't delay your passing at all. It doesn't do any type of play action fake. So I'm going to run the 0-1 trap first and show you guys exactly what it looks like because this and the MTM spot are very, very similar. So here, you're just going to send a guy in a motion. He will kind of gallop there and then start blocking. On the MTN spot, he doesn't do that little gallop, but it happens so quickly, more than likely it's going to be hard for your defender to pick up on. So this gets really good blocking as well. This is a really nice play. 0-1 traps are very underused in this year's game, but they do create a lot of space up the middle. We'll run it one last time, and then we'll go to the MTN spot, and I do want to change it to like an all-out blitz, because a lot of times if you're killing them with these runs over and over and over, we've went over 4 different run plays now where you can get really good yardage, you're going to end up getting guys, again, who are going to run commit. And before we run that, you can also get them with this PA center shot, PA seam. Those are very good plays. I don't run them. I've had them run against me before, but they're good plays as well. Other ways to mix it up. So we're really just going to go against some type of random blitz here, Overstorm Brave. And a couple things I like to do. I do block my running back, and then I like to put my R1 tight end on a slant in. So we have 4 routes to look at. We have a slant going in, an out route going towards the sidelines to the right. This circle route, the guy who's going to go in motion, if they're not playing cover 2, if they don't have anybody underneath, you can dump it off to him. You're not going to get a huge gain, but it's still a safe play. And then we have our outside receiver running a C route, which is going to destroy man coverage. And a lot of times, if they send an all-out blitz, you're going to get man coverage on the outside. And you can always send it to a streak. You can put him in a slant. You can do whatever you want. But he's just kind of the scapegoat in case they really send an all-out blitz. So let's go ahead and run it. And I'm pretty much just going to pick whatever's open because I know that they're coming here. Again, circle is a good throw, even though it was a bad read. Circle's a good throw if nobody's open over there. I'm sorry, nobody's covering over there. The C route, the square route is very good against man coverage. We'll run it again here and see what we get. This time I'm going to beat the outside receiver. Terrible, terrible throw. Again, you get yourself some good receivers like the ones that I named earlier in the video. They're going to get open. They're going to crush man coverage. And your opponent, my bad, he does do the little gallop there. I was mistaken. If you get enough time, you can hit that C route. But you got to be quick with your decisions. You know that practice mode can be a little bit overpowered sometimes. So these blitzes are coming in pretty quickly, and we're making bad throws when we do try to get it off. But there's a slant. Just be careful of somebody with a good user, because if they start sending the house there, but they're sitting there with their user right in the middle, you got to be careful on that slant in the middle, and that's where the X slant comes in really good, because if you can buy enough time, there it is. It's usually a touchdown because there's only one man to beat, and that route pretty much beats man coverage, and again, that's what you're going to see. It really beats zone as well. So that's really going to do it. Again, we're going to have some online gameplay examples of all of these plays coming up, because I do like to show you those, that they do work in real life situations. A lot of times when you're on YouTube, you'll find, money plays, schemes, and people only run them in practice mode, and then you try running them online and they just don't seem to work the same way. So that's why I want to show you guys that these plays do work in real life and real online situations. And we'll have a lot of other things coming up from the Cardinals offensive playbook. Another scheme coming out of the shotgun bunch will be the next one, so stay tuned for that. But again, let's take a look at these online gameplays. So the first play we're taking a look at is the halfback dive. Again, the key to running this play is if they have both of the outsides contained. If it looks like there's less defenders up the middle, that's the best time to run it. This will get stopped against an all-out blitz, but if he's playing a pretty stock coverage and you're able to get through those 2 defensive tackles, you're usually going to get a very, very good gain, because they're so worried about the outside because of the counter and the stretch. So here we are running the stretch to the left. Again, you just have to take a look at what the defense gives you. If it looks weak, you run it to the left. It's a no-brainer. If it looks weak on the right-hand side, you run it to the right. We got 3 really good examples with a nice spin move right there of us running it to the left. And then once we get across this goal line, we're going to run it to the right. Again, it's just looking at the defense. Take your time, study it. Don't be in a rush, because if you pay attention, you're going to be able to achieve a lot of success with these plays. So here we are with the stretch to the right. We'll run it one more time. Look at all the blocking. Tight ends making blocks as well, and we are in the end zone. Now here is the counter play. The only issue with this play is sometimes you get caught on your guards, but when it works, there's usually a clear path, and you're going to get a one-on-one situation for a touchdown. We'll run the 0-1 trap one time just to show you all the push up the middle. Easy first down there on second and short. And then once they start run committing, once they start playing the pass, this is where you hit the MTM spot. We hit the inside slant. Next, we're going to take a look at the outside slant. for a touchdown. And then we're going to take a look at our wide receiver, getting one-on-one coverage on the outside. C-route beats it every time. And then once they start run committing, you're going to have passes downfield for days. We're going to get an easy touchdown here because of that run commit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.